The Untold Story of Amnon and Tamar. Amnon was the first son of David, 2 Samuel 3, 2b. He was also a chief ruler in Israel in his lifetime, 2 Samuel 8, 18b. By tradition, he was recognized as the crowned prince amongst the people. It was a privilege that was bound to make him king one day. But Amnon had a secret no one knew about, and it was consuming the very essence of his sanity. His half-sister, Tamar. She was a fair woman, 2 Samuel 13, 1, implying that she was exceptionally beautiful. So beautiful that Amnon not only noticed her but fell in love with her, 2 Samuel 13, 1b. And Amnon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar. For she was a virgin, and Amnon thought it hard for him to do anything to her, 1 Samuel 13-2. What was it about Tamar that made Amnon lean from day to day over what he felt for her? Was it just her beauty, or was it something else? Perhaps Amnon would have gotten over this feeling if Jonadab, his subtle friend, had not noticed his leanness and pressed to know what the matter was. Amnon clearly had no evil intentions towards Tamar from the onset, 1 Samuel 13-2, for he thought it hard for him to do anything to her. But Jonadab's counsel hatched a plot that caused Amnon to make himself sick. The result was his father's expected visit, and the request to have Tamar make cakes for him granted. What went on in Amnon's mind as he waited for his half-sister to come over as he had requested? Was it fear, doubt, lust, or love? Did he question the success of this plot? Did he weigh the outcomes of this advice Jonadab had given him? Did the voice of conscience plead with his heart to remember his initial, genuine intentions for her? The cakes he requested for were made and brought to him. Tamar had no idea about the plot. Neither was she aware that there was going on in her half-brother's heart. If Amnon had revealed his feelings to Tamar, how would she have reacted? Would Absalom, his half-brother, and his father David consented to his request if he had told them about it? What was his greatest dread or fear? Was it rejection from Tamar, unfamiliar, distant ties with Absalom, or an unseen force at work? Was there a greater, supernatural influence at play in the midst of this? If Tamar had gotten the foreknowledge that her half-brother was to do to her what Jonadab had counseled him to do, would she believe it? Would she disobey the king's orders to visit Amnon that fateful day? As she pleaded with him in that room as he held her, what did she read from his eyes? Lust, fear, intentional determination, or a total stranger who had taken over her half-brother's sense of reasoning? What went on in the mind of Amnon's servant as he obeyed his master's order to put her out from him? 2 Samuel 13, 17-18. Was it shock, amusement, or plain confusion? Did he struggle to combine scenarios in his heart? Scenarios where his master lay truly sick from an unknown cause, and the scenario he had just witnessed? Was he present when Jonadab gave his counsels? Was his heart torn from the agony of watching a young woman's virtue taken from her, or was he hardened from the lifestyle of being a slave at the beck and call of his master? And as he bolted the door, as ordered 2 Samuel 13:18b, did he do so with the listless concern of a slave, or the nonchalance of a servant doing his master's bidding? The garment of divers colors which Tamar often wore as a king's daughter, that is, a virgin, felt like rags as she went on crying. She was no longer worthy of such apparels, for that which it represented had been taken away from her. Desolate remained her state for days after that. She remained haunted by the hastened changes in the attitude of her half-brother that fateful day. Did Amnon ever think about the effects of his deeds on his sister after then? Was he ever remorseful after that? Did the pleas of his half-sister echo countless times in his ears and heart? The floor was coated with red as life slowly departed from Amnon's body. Perhaps it was at that moment that it dawned on him the extent of damage his actions on his half-sister had brought upon him. What were Amnon's last thoughts as darkness slowly took over his mind? Surprise, anger, hurt, regret, as he struggled with the pains and watched helplessly as his blood flowed and stopped from the stab wounds. What dawned on him? If he were to turn back the hands of time, what would he have done differently? As the last breath exhaled from his nostrils, did he ask for forgiveness? Or had the sudden ambush and assassin's stabs leave him little time to do anything? These questions are best left as lessons for us today. Thank you for watching.